Good day, everyone. Today I want to look at some of Paul's last words to a young preacher named Timothy. Now, I believe that the words that Paul gives to him and instructions to him as a young leader also applies to you and I today as followers of Christ. Well, he gives three illustrations of how Timothy should live. And I'm going to look at that. It's found in 2 Timothy chapter number 2, verses 3, 4, and 5. The first illustration is we should live or be as a soldier. Let me read it. No soldier in active service entangles himself in the affairs of everyday life so that he may please the one who enlisted him as a soldier. In other words, he wants or should please God as the commander. Now, I've never been in the military, but I've got several relatives that have, and I know and have been told that when the officer or the one above you says, stand up, you better stand. If he says, hit the ground, you better hit the ground. You must do and be obedient to what he says immediately, not 5 minutes from now or next week, but we must be obedient to our commanding officer. And so Paul tells Timothy, you need to be obedient and listen to the commanding officer, who is God, of course. The second illustration he gives is found in verse 5. And also, if anyone competes as an athlete, he does not win the prize unless he competes according to the rules. Now, I have been an athlete before, and any competition, really, there are rules that you have to go by. And if you break the rule, then you are either disqualified or you're going to lose the game somehow. And it's so important that we follow the rules of our commanding officer. And of course, we have the Word of God, which is His rules, and we must follow His Word. And then finally, the last illustration that he gives is of a farmer in verse number 6. The hard-working farmer ought to be the first to receive his share of the crops. Now, I like what he says, the hard-working farmer. I live in a farming area here, and I know how hard the farmers work when they're planting and when they're harvesting. If they're lazy, they're not going to have a produce. They're not going to get a return. They have to be frugal and have to work hard. And so, friends, I want to tell you, we must be the same. So we have to be as a soldier, listen to our commanding officer. We have to be as an athlete, go by the rules, listen and follow his rules. And thirdly, we have to work hard and we will be rewarded. Well, listen, you have a wonderful day. We'll see you back again tomorrow. Bye-bye.